Hello, my dear friends. Today we're talking about something that is near and dear to my heart. And this morning when I woke up, I was thinking about it and I thought, I should make a video for you on this. And sometimes I think of it as reverse engineering, but that's not really what it is. It's re-engineering. And I know that sounds a little technical, but all it means is let's figure out what we want it to look like in the end, and let's work backwards to get there. That's my version of re-engineering. All right, so what you're doing now isn't working, right? You're unhappy, or you're somewhat unhappy, or you're probably not very happy. I'll just put it that way. So we're going to re-engineer what you're doing. So let's start with looking at what you want your home and home life to look like. What do you want it to look like? So if right now there's a lot of clutter around and people have bad habits and you've got laundry all over the place, your picture would be the laundry is always washed in a timely manner and put away. So I already can know when I go in my closet, I'll be able to pick out what I need to wear. When I go in the children's closets, in their drawers, in my drawers, the clothes will be where they're supposed to be. There won't be clothes in the drawers that we don't wear or in the closet that we don't wear. And then what do you want the house to look like? You want it to be streamlined. You want to be able to find the scissors, find the tape, find whatever it is you need to find. You know where that lives. Everything has a home and nothing is crowded to the point of being cluttered. Okay. Everyone's home is different. Everyone's storage is different. Everyone's habits are different. Everyone's families are different. Everyone's personalities are different. Everyone's spouses are different. Everyone's work life is different. Everyone's home life is different. Everyone's car is different. Everything makes you and your family uniquely you. So what we want to do is say we want it streamlined, whatever that means to you. Now, how do we get it there? So you can see what it looks like. When it's done, you're sitting in your living room and everything is in its place. It's peaceful. It's calm. There isn't chaos in the living room. When you go into the kitchen, everything is put away that needs to be put away. Only those few things that you use every day are sitting out, and you like them that way. You like them out. It's easy to clean because it's streamlined. Same with your living room. Your bathroom has a shiny toilet and a shiny sink, and the towels look nice. And nothing has to be brand new, just clean and tidy, streamlined. So you know where things go. When you go into your bedroom, you can see that there's room under your bed, or if the things you have under your bed that you need to store there are stored neatly. That your dresser tops look nice, that your side table looks nice, that things are in repair. Because when the house is cluttered, you can't even repair. Because number one, you don't want somebody coming in to repair it. Number two, they probably couldn't get to it if they wanted to if you have massive amounts of clutter. And don't feel bad if you have massive amounts of clutter. You can reverse engineer your dream, and then we'll start working it from the beginning. Okay, so let's imagine that you've sat down with pen and paper or planner. I love Kimmy's planner. Kimmy from She's in Her Apron, that's the planner I love. There's lots of note pages in there. Even if you're in 23 still, you can go to the planner pages, or if you don't have planner pages, get a spiral notebook or some paper and start writing down what you want it to look like. You could even brain dump what you want it to look like. What's a brain dump? It's when it just pours out in no particular order. You write it down as fast as you can, and then you look at it and say, what's the most important? What's the next most important, etc. Or you could break it up by rooms and then prioritize those. So in the end, you say, okay, this is what it's going to look like. And imagine yourself opening the cabinets. Imagine yourself opening the closets. Imagine yourself opening the drawers. Imagine yourself living in this re-engineered version of your home. And your life is going to be re-engineered as well, because maybe you're not eating regular food. I don't mean regular food, I mean regular meals. Maybe you're just grabbing as you can because you're so frustrated and dumbfuzzled bumfuzzled, whatever. You're mixed up because everything is so chaotic. Or maybe you've been hyper focusing on something. Maybe some of my nutritionist girls are especially this way that I mentor. They hyper focus on the food. They think they have to make every single thing from scratch, and they spend so many hours there that it steals away from the other good parts of their life. I'm not saying that homemade food and fresh, nutritious food is bad. I'm saying let's not hyper focus on it. Let's have a balance in our life. We want a balance. So you've imagined now your house reimagined, right? You've reimagined your house. You've re-engineered what that is. And now we're going to start working the steps backwards to get there. So let's take the living room. And let's say that your living room is somewhat cluttered and somewhat dirty. And you've reimagined this room. This room is now re-engineered it. This room is now going to be the family room. This is where the family gathers. This is not a place for personal items. It's a place for family items. So maybe you keep your family games in the closet in this room. The television is in this room. Things we can do together are in this room. Also, maybe some books. Maybe this is a quiet place and we want to sit and read in this room. So maybe you keep some books and they will be for different members of the family in your bookshelf, on your bookshelf. Okay, so let's imagine it. We're imagining it. We know we've got, let's say we have a throw on the couch, pretty throw. We've got a couple of pillows that we want. We know what the coffee table is going to look like. We know what the side table is going to look like. We know what the bookshelves, whatever you have, we know what that's going to look like. Okay, and now we're going to work toward that. So how do we do that? Let's say that there's a hole in the wall and it's in a place where you can't hide it with furniture. Although I'd rather you fix it and even if it was hidden, but let's just say that's really bugging you. There's something wrong with this room. So we want to be able to get this room tidied and organized so that we can repair that space and make you feel better. So we're going to start with decluttering. That is your zone work. So we're going to declutter the room. That means we're going to find all the things that don't belong in this room, and we're going to put that in a basket and take it to the other rooms those things belong to, and put them away in those rooms. We're going to take things from other rooms that belong in this room and put it in this room. And then we're going to go through those things as we're doing this to decide if it's really something we want to keep. If it's something that needs to be thrown away, we need to throw that away as we're decluttering. If it's something that we want to give away, we have to really imagine this for sale in the Goodwill. Is this something that you or your friend would buy if they were in the Goodwill, if it was up their alley? If it is, put it in the giveaway. It doesn't have to go to Goodwill, but I'm just saying. If it is not, then it's not something you want to give away. You want to throw it away. It's not repairable. A lot of times people will hold on to things for years and years and years that just need repairing, and they never get them repaired. If that's the truth and it's not something somebody could easily repair, then you're going to throw it away. Don't think that I'm being less than frugal. I am not. It is more frugal to not have those things in your house so that you have room to live, so that you can have a good life. Because we're not just re-engineering your home or this room, we're re-engineering the life you live in this room, okay? All right, so we know we need to declutter. We're going to do that in 15-minute increments in this room a day, 4 days a week. And if you want to, you can do a project where you just stay in this room week after week until it's all done. Otherwise, the typical FlyLady system is for this week, you work in this room. Next week, you work in another room. And so it's all sort of happening along. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be as impactful. But you can do a power through a room by doing 15 minutes 4 times a week, or 1 hour on Saturday if you work outside the home, or even if you work inside the home but you aren't available to take care of your house, you're working, then you do it on Saturday or your version of Saturday for 1 hour. And when you're done, you throw away the trash. Each time you do it, you give the giveaway, you put the giveaway in the back of the car, because the next time you're out and about, you're going to drop it off and you're going to put the put away where it belongs in your house. If you get to the point where you see there's not enough room, then those things you can't keep. You're going to have to prioritize what you're keeping and say, well, you know, I really wanted to keep this XYZ thing. We haven't listened to, looked at, played with, touched, displayed this thing in 2 years, and I don't have room for it. So I'm going to say this is not a priority. If it's a family heirloom, offer it to a family member. If it's not a family heirloom and it's not something you feel strongly about, then give it away. Okay? But you have to have room for everything you keep so that when you open the drawers, the closets, the shelves, the cupboards, wherever, you can see the forest. You can see the trees, not just the forest, right? It's just not going to be crowded with everything, but you can see the things that are in there. They have room to breathe, and you can easily get them without knocking things over, okay? And put them back where they belong when you're done with it, as can your family. All right, so we're going to declutter. And then once the decluttering is done in this room, you want to do a deep clean. And so in the FlyLady system, we do this also on a weekly rotational basis in our zone. Once that decluttering is done, we start deep cleaning in this room. So we're already doing the weekly home blessing hour as part of our basic weekly plan, which is just a blessing. It's getting the middles. It's hitting and running. It's not deep cleaning. So let's say that you've imagined this room. Now all the empty boxes are out, all the trash is out, all the giveaway is out. You're happy with what you've decided to keep. You have a place for it. Let's clean the room. I always say start with the ceiling and work your way down. So if there's a ceiling fan, you want to get something tall to get the ceiling fan clean. And then you can do the walls. If they're dusty, dust your walls. If there's fingerprints on the doors, wash those off. If there's spots on the glass, on the windows, get that off. Wipe the windowsill off. Clean the blinds. Then work your way down to the furniture. The wooden furniture, maybe it needs to be dusted and polished. Maybe not just the top, but also the fronts and the sides and the legs. The coffee table, the same thing. The couch. If you have removable couch covers, take them off and wash them if they're washable. If they're not, get some spot remover and spot them. Take them off the couch and vacuum underneath. Spray them with Febreze or some other thing that will not harm your furniture. Pull the couch out, vacuum underneath. If you have a ruggable, which is a washable rug, wash the rug. If you don't, just clean it with your vacuum really well. If it's filthy, you may have to get a steam cleaner and clean it. And these are investments in time and money, so you have to plan this out. Don't freak out. You're not going anywhere. The house isn't going anywhere. We're just going to work on it and get it done. Eventually, you will have a clean room with a clean carpet, a clean couch. Maybe you need to wash your throw. Here's my little throw. This is dry clean, so I'd have to dry clean this throw. But I'm just saying, if you have something to wash, wash it, right? If you have to dry clean it, dry clean it. Get it done. Replace your light bulbs. Clean your lamps. Water your plants or throw away the dead ones. There are things to do. And now when you walk in this room, it's going to smell good. It's going to look good. It's going to feel good. And this is representative of the rest of your home. You can do this in all the rest of your home. It demands respect. A clean and tidy room demands respect. It'll be so easy to see if your children leave their toys on the coffee table, or they've made a fort out of the cushions and left them on the floor, or they've left their shoes in the middle of the rug. When the room is clean and tidy, it demands respect. And you have to teach your children how to respect your home. You don't let them stand on your couch with their feet. I told my kids when they were little, your seat goes in the seat. There needs to be house rules. If you want chaos in your life, then allow chaotic behavior in your home. If you don't want chaos in your life, then demand respect for your home and the members of your family, for each other. Demanding respect is not being mean. It is teaching your child or children how to live in society. Okay, so they're going to have to do this at some point. So start in the home. They say the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So make sure you're raising your children to be respectful of each other and respectful of your home and your property. Okay, all right. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted you to imagine your home finished. So you can do this with every room in your house. Imagine it finished. What are the steps to get there? And you can even go backwards. If you know, like say you go into your garage and your garage is just crammed with your sister's furniture that she said she was going to get after 3 months and it's been 3 years, a dead refrigerator, toys that the kids aren't using anymore, toys that the kids would use if they could get to, and no place for your car to park, etc., etc., etc. So you might say, okay, well, if I was going to not reverse engineer, but I was going to re-engineer this room, what would I know what I want it to look like, but what's the first, if I was going backwards, what's the first thing that I can see that needs to go out of here? That dead refrigerator, my sister's furniture. That was going to make me so much more space. So I call my sister and I say, I'm so sorry, I need my garage back. I've got your furniture from 2020. It's still here. So if you don't have a place to put it, I need to get rid of it. So if you want to, rent a storage space, I'll help you move it in there. Otherwise, we need to have a garage sale or do something. I need my garage back. It's your garage. That is not being mean. That's being firm, but not cruel, kind. I'll help you. Let's get it out. Okay. I know that is that's a problem with a lot of people, is they've got these commitments that they made that are unrealistic on you. And you've agreed to it. Well, you didn't agree to that. You just allowed it to happen. So step back and say, what's the first thing that needs to happen in here? And then once you get all that done, then you can start going through the declutter process. Oh yeah, these toys are broken. These toys are good. This is a giveaway. And you're going through your declutter process, just like you do with your dishes or your books or anything else you have, your shoes, your clothes, your linens, your towels. Everything can be decluttered. Okay? All right, so that's it. I want you to reimagine and re-engineer your home. And you do that by doing the picture, what it could look like. Imagine it streamlined. It's yours. It's not a Pinterest picture. You know, those Pinterest, even this picture right here. I set the camera just so, because if I move the camera this way, you're going to see my kitchen. There's nothing wrong with my kitchen, but I don't want you to see that. I want you to see this. If I move it this way, you're going to see the other end of my couch. If I moved it the other way, you would see the television, my bedroom, whatever. This is the picture I want you to see. It's not perfect. I have some things that look a little crowded here because I've moved some of my plants in for the cold weather. But I like the look. And so when you look at something on Pinterest or anything else, people are going to show you their best thing. They're not going to show you the look they don't want you to see. So I don't want you to think your house has to look set up like that, because when you just see this, you can imagine my whole house might look like this. And it doesn't really. It looks like this, It looks like that. It's got groceries on the bar for Christmas. It's not messy by any means. It's streamlined. And I don't want you to think I'm bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's not what the idea of what you see in this picture here is. It looks different. And so everyone's home is different. And I want you to be happy in your home and claim it for yourself and do the best you can with it. No matter how little or how broken, you can make it lovely. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope you always remember that you are beautiful. So be beautiful.